Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox back with another episode of the award-winning Pawtastic Friends, the Paw Talk. Hey, Mike and Melissa.
What's happening? It never gets old hearing award-winning thanks to you.
For those watching on YouTube, you will note we have a third guest with us today. We have Emelia McDonald. Emelia, first of all, welcome and thank you so much for visiting with us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Emelia, you're wearing a scouting uniform. Can you tell us about your scouting experience?
So I first joined Scouts back in 2019 when they let girls in. But I've been in Scouts for a while since before then because my brothers were all Cub Scouts and I did the experience along with them.
How many brothers do you have?
I have two older brothers.
Okay. So are you the baby?
Yes.
Baby girl, I love it. As a girl in Boy Scouts, has that experience been positive for you?
It has been really positive. I love my troop and we're all very supportive of everybody.
So what brings you to Pawtastic Friends today?
So what made me choose Pawtastic Friends was because I have 3 rescue dogs at home. And when I was looking into places to do my Eagle project, I searched up places that trained rescue dogs, and you guys were one of the first results that popped up. And so I immediately came in contact with you guys.
You said a lot in there. Let me start off by asking, you said this was an Eagle project. For the 3 people in America who don't know what an Eagle Scout is, could you tell us what is an Eagle Scout and how do you get that great honor?
So an Eagle Scout is the highest rank you can achieve in Boy Scouts. And you have to achieve five ranks before it. I think I counted that. 5 ranks before it. But basically, you have to plan and execute an Eagle project, and that is what brought me here today.
Okay, you wanted to help Pawtastic Friends. What did you decide to do both for your project and to help Pawtastic Friends?
So when I was on a call with Miss Susan, she told me that you guys needed like donations of toys and treats, and then I asked her if you guys need anything built because I really wanted to build something, and she said that you guys would love some raised dog beds. So I immediately got researching on how you make them.
So how did you go about, you told us you're doing this to achieve the Eagle Scout, but you called it an Eagle project. What did the project entail for you?
The project entailed for me was a whole bunch of planning and basically organizing because I had to get everybody together and make sure I finalized it on what you guys needed.
Were you able to talk to Michael, Melissa, or anyone at Pawtastic Friends about bed sizes or lengths or anything, or did they just ask you to come up with something and present it?
So when I talked to Miss Susan, she told me that she told me however many I could build would be amazing, and I told her I'll be able to build 12, 4 small, 4 medium, and then 4 large.
So did I hear you say you have 3 rescue dogs at home?
Yes.
Tell us about those.
So our oldest dog is 7 years old, and his name's Duke. He's a German Shepherd. And then how old is he? And then we have a 9-month-old, another German Shepherd puppy. And then I have my dog who's a 10-month-old American Bully Pit Bull Husky mix.
For those of you listening to the audio version of this podcast, you missed a smile about as wide as the state of Nevada that was on Emelia's face when she was talking about her dog. She loves her dog. So I could not have asked for a bigger smile, Emelia. You built or had built the beds and you're here today at Pawtastic Friends. Did you deliver them?
I did. I actually just dropped them off probably about 15 minutes ago.
So there we go. Just in time for the podcast.
Yes.
And Mike and Melissa, we're so lucky to have Emelia here today to tell us about her project. But I really wanted to introduce her to our audience and ask you guys, what's the role of volunteers in Pawtastic Friends?
And Miss Susan, who she's talking about, that's Susan Ivino here. She does amazing work with Pawtastic Friends, all volunteering. And she set this up with this wonderful young lady. So we're thankful. Melissa always says the volunteers are what?
The heart and soul of the organization.
The heart and soul. Because without the volunteers, this place doesn't exist. Without the donors, this place doesn't exist. Without the support of this young lady.
So, Melissa, let me ask you, what does it mean for a dog to have a raised bed? Why would you ask for something like that? And what experience does that give a dog that enriches their lives?
We use the raised beds for dogs to learn the command place, and it's their safety. So the dogs love the beds. And not only do they utilize it in training, but sometimes the dogs come here and they need a little decompression after coming out of their kennel. And these are very comfy beds. In fact, if I need a break, I might even take a nap on one too. They're awesome. They're fantastic.
Could you guys tell us some of the other types of volunteers? I'm going to guess you have volunteers who help you walk dogs. You've obviously got the trainers, but they're compensated. What's some of the other categories of volunteers that you guys have used over the years, Mike and Melissa?
So we have volunteers that fulfill different areas in the organization. Like on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we have our boarding buddies program. In fact, I was there this morning, and we go to the boarding facility and we walk the dogs, spend time with them. During the summer, we have a pool, we have a toy box, and we have different things, but it's just quality time with them. It's raining out here today, but rain or shine, cold or 110 degrees out, we are there dedicated every week, making sure the dogs get out and they get quality time. We have transporters that commit to bringing a dog to and from training every week. So that's amazing. We have volunteers that work the desk, answering the phones, taking in donations, greeting clients. We have event volunteers. So when we have big events, we need a lot of volunteers to make the event successful and make it happen. We have a creative team, and they were responsible for putting together the wreath for the Boyd Gaming Wreaths of Hope contest. We also do events with different organizations like Opportunity Village, where we have their students come, and we just did a Valentine's event where they created hearts, and some hang here, some hang at their school, and some they bring home. So we love working with Opportunity Village because they are volunteers that come every week, and they package the treats for us to help out boarding buddies. So when volunteers come and grab the treats to walk the dogs, they're already bagged for them. So they're a huge help for us. Like I said, volunteers, they're the heart and soul of the organization.
So, Michael, you always tell us it takes money to run this operation. So I was wondering if you could say a few words about the donor base you have. And you've got some consistent donors. You had a huge match grant in January. So could you just tell us about the types of donors Pawtastic Friends has?
So Eric Roy law firm, he did a $5,000 match for us in January, and we reached that not even halfway through the month. Wax Tracks Records, Boyd Gaming. We have so many great sponsors that are business sponsors. We're always looking for individual sponsors, and we're looking for just people to help us run the facility because it's a 5,000 square foot building. We train 50 plus dogs a week. There's electric, there's lease, about 200 to 250,000 a year to run this. Melissa and I work full time, and all the volunteers here, they're all volunteers. We just need money to keep funding and changing lives.
We're near the end of our time for this episode. Emelia, before we go, does your troop have a website if people wanted to find out more about your troop?
So we do have a blog, but I'm not sure what the website is for it.
Okay, maybe we could get that and we'll put that in the show notes because we certainly want to celebrate your troop and what you guys have done for Pawtastic Friends. Mike and Melissa, if our listeners wanted more information on Pawtastic Friends, and I hope some pictures of the beds that Emelia has had made and brought over, where could they go?
We're using one right now. Melissa, the trainer, just came and grabbed one. So
if you wanted to see a smile, the biggest in Nevada, when Melissa came out and I said, Melissa, and I pointed to him, she's part of M Squared, Melissa. She went, and her face was like, yes, yes, yes. Happy dance.
It's all about teamwork here.
So guys, thanks so much, Emelia. I wanted to thank you again. I know Mike and Melissa thank you, but feel like I'm a part of the Pawtastic Friends family. And so I wanted to thank you for what you did.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for having me.